everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft How to Build. Now today we're going to be taking a short break from our magical builds and we're going to be doing a small seasonal build. Nothing too fancy, just maybe something to give you guys a few ideas on ways you can spruce up your server or world for the holiday season. Now getting right into it, let's go ahead and take a look right down here behind me on this hill. So if we come around to here, I decided, as you can see by all the snow and the giant wooden log, we're going to be doing a small Christmas seasonal holiday section right over here. So to begin, we need a Christmas tree because, hey, definitely one of the more common things you might see around the world in this time. Oops. And so we're just going to go ahead and start by building up a custom spruce tree. It won't be anything too fancy, but I do want to leave enough room down underneath for some larger presents, so we'll go out by 3 on each side. And then coming around to here, we can go ahead and actually start filling those in. So now, when you're moving over from the first cross, it'll be 3, 2, 1. Easy as that. We'll go ahead and repeat that on all sides here. And you know, I kind of want to give it some, just a little bit of sloping. So I don't know if we're going to keep this, but I want to give it a try. I'm going to add a layer one below what we already did, and that'll be just around the outsides. So now, if you ever were a tree climber as a kid, you might know that the trees like this are actually pretty roomy on the inside. They just have a lot of branches that stick out down at the bottom, but they're fairly easy to climb, so that's sort of what I'm going for here with all this room. And plus we need the room for the presents themselves. So now that we've got our first layer, let's go ahead and go up by another 3. And then we'll just go ahead and repeat that same process. And actually, you know, I'm wondering if that wouldn't look better being 1 shorter. Yeah, let's go ahead and give that a try. So instead of going out the full 3 this time, we'll just go out by 2. And we'll do that all around. And for this one, it's just 2 and 1. Oop, I went too far. There we go. Alright, now we'll go ahead and do the same thing where we add on that lower section here so that it hangs down by just a little. And what this does is this makes it look like there's actual gravity involved. So that way it's not just a plain old tree with bushes or branches sticking straight out. Alright, so now we've got a little bit something like this. And you know, that's looking pretty good, but I don't know how I feel about this inside being shown. So I'm wondering if maybe we actually go ahead and we can either do something simple and just add 1 on each side down here, which isn't the worst look, but you know, I think we're actually going to go ahead and move this all down by 1. So it'll be easiest to just remove these and then show you guys here what I'm talking about. Oops. Alright, so instead of going up that 3, we'll just go ahead and go up the 2. And don't forget, for this layer, we're only coming out by 2 as well. All Alright, and then we do 2 and 1. And for this, we can just go ahead and lay the leaves down directly on top of the other one. And so it's my hope that because this is a thinner section, you'll be able to see through that a little bit better. And it kind of works. And, you know, I think we're just going to go ahead and keep following that same pattern. So, going up by another 2 now. Let's go ahead and stick with 2 out for this side as well. And so you guys should be getting the hang of this by now. And then we'll go ahead and come out around the sides by 1. Alright, so this is how our tree is starting to look. And, you know, we are getting pretty close to the top here. And I just realized I never did count out how many logs we have there in the center. But, you know, if we've got 3 at here, and then we went up 2, and then we did another 2. Let's see, that's like 7, 9, so I think we've got about 11 here. We might make this a tiny bit shorter, but we'll see what we're looking at here in just a moment. So for this one, instead of going out 2, we're just going to go ahead and go out by 1. And then we're going to keep true to our pattern of going out 1 below it with the lower section here. And I think for this top piece, we'll just go ahead and lay those right on top. And there's our little topper. So another way to look at this was if we had gone up 2, it would have been that section right above the log. And so that would have been what we were adding, is just that single block, and then going out 1 around it, we would have added these. So that was actually pretty much the perfect size. That was pretty lucky. And now this is a Christmas tree. So the whole thing with Christmas trees is decorate it however you want. You can add lights, you can add tinsel, you can add a star. Pretty much whatever you think will be good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab some end rods as my lights for this build. I hope this works. Yep, awesome. So my hope is that these will look pretty much just like string lights that go out around the build itself. And I'm going to add these underneath here. It's been a while since I've gotten to decorate a Christmas tree in Minecraft, so this should be interesting. Coming up around here, we'll add some right around there. And then I suppose we'll do them right along here as well. It looks like we had an extra one there, an extra leaf. Okay, now I think we need a little bit something right here in the middle. So, maybe we could do something like that and just let it hang down right about there. Or I guess another thing we could do is we could place it right there. So 1 up higher, that way it's on the same level as those. And you know, I think I like that a little bit more, so let's go ahead and do that. Wait. Whoops. Because that didn't quite work out how I wanted it to. Okay, there we go. And then we'll do the same thing on the back here. And you don't have to use end rods if you're running low to be your little support beams. You can do blocks as well, dirt or whatever you've got on you. Okay, so this is what we've got going now so far. I think we need a few more lights up here at the top though. And then I kind of think we want to add some kind of topper to this. I could do gold block, could do gold slabs. Are there such things? There are not gold slabs, okay. So maybe not gold slabs, but we could also do some yellow wool. And you know what might be kind of cool? Is what if we actually used yellow glass and then we did some kind of light source in the center? You know, I think I like that idea, so let's go ahead and give that a try here. We'll get rid of that block of gold, and let's see, what would be a good light source? I'm thinking either lava or possibly glowstone. Let's grab that glowstone and give it a try. It might be a little too dim for what we're going for here, so we'll have to see how it looks. Alright, so we're going to just place one right on top, and we'll do a little section like that. And you know, is that actually too tall? That might be too tall. Okay, so I'm just thinking here, because if we were to do lava, we couldn't lower this at all. So this would have to be the height that it would sit at. And that's with glowstone. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that because you can see through it so clearly. This might be kind of weird, but what about a sea lantern? You shouldn't be able to see the blue through the yellow stained glass, so I'm hoping it'll be... Nope, you can still see it. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and give that lava a try. It might not be exactly what I want. Okay, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Struggling with the light for this one, guys. Let's see, what else could we possibly use? We could use a beacon. That might be a little crazy, though. Nether star. We could place an item frame on top with a nether star in it. That sounds like a good use of that item. Especially in a survival world. Okay, well, you know, I am not supposed to be spending this much time on this one particular section, so I think we're just gonna go ahead and end crystal. Okay, I want to give that a try, even though you definitely won't have access to that in creative, or not in creative, but you won't have access to an end crystal in survival, but it could be kind of cool for a creative world. Alright, getting rid of that lava bucket. Let's drop down to here and give this shroom light a try. Okay, that's not too bad. But you can do whatever you want to do for your own Christmas tree, or if you're building it, whatever works for you. And then I want to give this a try. Oh, what does it have to be on? I don't know. I don't know that item well enough to use it, I guess. I might have to look that up really quick. Give me just a moment, folks. Alright, so we are back after a little Googling, and I kind of thought it would be obsidian or bedrock, and I was right about that. Also, I did not know that you could craft these. Fascinating. Oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I don't know how I feel about the obsidian block on top of it, but oh, I wonder if we should lower that by one. Okay, so, woo! I'm really surprised that didn't destroy everything. Okay, I I just want to give this a try here and see how this would look. What if we hid the obsidian within there and just did that? Okay, so it makes our tree a little bit shorter at the top, but you know, I kind of like that, so I think we're gonna have to keep it. Alright, so for the next addition onto this tree, we're gonna go ahead and just add some, oh, I guess it would be like ornaments in this case. And we'll stick with our typical colors of the blues, even though it's not super Christmassy. We're staying true to our Manticore theme. Yes, because this is our tree. Yes. Alright, so coming in here, we're just going to go ahead and place a few terracotta around the place. Or, not terracotta, concrete. Although you could do terracotta. Some glazed might actually look kind of cool if you have access to that in your world. Alright, so just like when you're decorating a real tree, you're going to go ahead and space those out as evenly as you can. You want to make sure that everything has a little bit of color on it. And I think we'll go ahead and switch colors now. Does that look strange right there? I think so. Let's try right about there. Alright, so this is a very blue Christmas tree, but you know guys, I'm liking it. And if you wanted to try and wrap around a specific color or block, you could try and make some tinsel as well, which could be kinda cool. Definitely play with it some to see what you like best. And is that good? That might be good for that side. Oh, I feel like we need a dark blue up there. Ooh, I like it. It looks a little strange, but I like it. Alright, this is our Christmas tree. Okay, so next on the schedule here, I hope I'm doing okay on time. That took a bit longer than I thought it would. Let's go ahead and I want to show you guys real quick how to build a large custom present. Super basic, just using wool. Nothing too fancy. And I actually don't need those. We'll build those up like so. And if you've played Minecraft on Christmas before, you do know that pretty much the little chests that you have get turned into presents, which is a really neat addition. So, along with building these giant custom presents, we'll also be adding a few regular chests around the place as well. And one cool thing about these giant presents, even though they're super basic, is you can stick a small chest right inside. So if you're giving some gifts to another friend on your server, it'll be, well, kind of fancy. I don't know how else to put that, but it'll hold on to that Christmas feel even if they get them after the actual Christmas day. So I know that there's a lot of tree in the way, but basically what we did was we built up the corners with a specific color, in this case red, and then we built up the insides with the yellow, which is like the ribbon on the present. And so now let's go ahead and throw down one or two more chests. And then we'll build another giant present or two as well. I think we'll do one right here in this corner so you guys can see a little bit better. So in a 3x3, we're just building up those corners in the specific color that you want. And then I typically go with yellow, but you could also do some white ribbon or just something else that might complement it to build up the sides. And then you can place the chest right in there and you can top it off. So now typically there'd be some kind of fancy little bow right about here, You know, when you add a full block of wool, it looks a little strange, almost like the design of a pumpkin if it were painted. So I want to see if there's any kind of half slabs that we might be able to use in order to make that look a little bit better. And you know, there aren't any bright yellow colors, but we might be able to do a white ribbon on top. So let me come around to here, I think. We want to keep these sort of in the back of the build because they are so large. We don't want them to pretty much cover what we're showing off here. So now I'm thinking about it, and I think I actually want to do yellow for the purple, and we'll change the blue out to a white ribbon. And the reasoning for that is because purple and yellow are complementary colors, so it feels a little more appropriate to have the yellow on that one. But coming around here, we'll go ahead and just replace this white really quick with, or replace the yellow really quick with quartz. And then if we were to add a little half one, it doesn't look too bad, but I would... Okay, I kind of like that. Now, how would it look if we just did on the white sections? Okay, not too bad. You know, I think I do like it the most on those corners, even though it cuts off the blue. You can still see the blue from the sides, so I think we'll go ahead and stick with something like that. So those are just a few ideas for how to make some little presents. And you know, if you wanted to, you could also use some trapdoors if you wanted to make a smaller one. The only downfall to that is they're just brown typically, except for the other ones which are colored. But you know, those ones are see-through, so I don't know if that's what you'd want for a little present. But this is another option of something that you could do. So a little something like that kind of makes it look like they've got a gift made out of chocolate bars, but hey, it works. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, we are not quite done yet. There is one last thing that I want to do to add to our Christmas holiday season section, and there's actually two now that I think about it. Really quick, let's go ahead and add a candy cane, because duh. It's Christmas, we need candy canes. Let me grab some white wool. So now I'm going to show you guys two different ways to go about making these candy canes. One way is just the super obvious. You can go ahead and lay down red, white, and then eventually you'll take that into a turn, like so, and can bring it down by one. And then the other way that you can do it is actually by using quartz, which is a little bit more expensive, but you know, it looks pretty good because what you do is, in place of the in place of the white wool at the top here, you can use stairs to give it more of a curve. And so I think that should be tall enough to still see the present behind it, and it is. So those are the two different designs that you can do. This one is a bit cheaper if you're playing in survival, whereas this one, it's still not super expensive, but you know, it's might be a little bit harder to get if you're not to the nether yet. So those are the two candy canes that I wanted to show you guys. And then the last thing that I wanted to do, you might be able to guess it here, is I want to go ahead and make a little snowman. So we'll just go ahead and, I think it should still work like that, right? Yes, it does. We got a snowman, folks. And you know what? I think we might need to build a second one. Alright, so just like that, we've got some snowmen cruising around. And folks, that is going to do it for our seasonal decorations. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. We'll see what I can wind up with down in the editing. And folks, I do hope you all have an awesome holiday season. And we'll be taking a short break until the next few videos are released. But until then, folks, have an awesome one. And of course, happy holidays. Bye!